Okay, so it's clear that you have XRP. What about Axel? We are going to talk about it in detail, breaking down what value that adds to XRP and even the XRP system, as well as why I think everyone who holds XRP should have some Axel in their portfolio. Hi everyone, and welcome back to the show. My name is Nick. If you're new to the channel, I hope you'll subscribe by the end of this movie. Also, if you're not already, you should follow me on all of my social media accounts right now to make sure you don't miss any future changes. In a post I made not long ago, I said that if you own XRP, you should definitely think about adding Axel to your wallet. With all of their ties, Axel is likely one of the most underrated projects in this area. We are going to talk about what kind of value it adds to the XRP ledger environment today, which is what I forgot to say. This is the Axel price chart. Now, there are also some key unlocks to keep in mind. From August to about November, we have the whole plan down here. About 2.22% of the maximum amount will be unlocked at the end of the month. That means that by the end of November, about 8 or almost 10% of the stock will not be locked. I don't think this is a big deal because we can see the whole plan. This will be finished by the end of 2026, and the proportion that is released will start to slow down around November of this year. Following that, it goes down to about 1% of the total. However, the total amount of 1.2 billion is not a big deal. How much do they have to offer? It says that there aren't enough of these tokens, but there aren't any plans to release them after that. We have to trust each other a lot. After that, they won't give out any more tickets. That could be something that a lot of people want to avoid, which is fine. When it comes to this, everyone has their own ideas. I'd like to totally break down the idea and give you guys some information about it. It's listed on almost every big market in the world. Before we go any further, I know you guys are probably asking, Nick, right now, are you getting paid for this project? No projects pay me. I don't talk about any paid projects. To be honest, Axel, I don't even talk to the team. I only believe it is a strong project. Overall, the supply and market cap of it do show that it has a huge amount of growth potential with what they are doing and all the news that they have already shared on their X account and website. The most important thing for me right now is whether we might lose this low from July and aim for the December 2022 lows. If we do, I think it's a no-brainer to get some Axel. I'm not giving financial advice, but I do think that Axel will be a big winner in this space because they have so many contacts and work with so many big players. To talk more about this, let's talk about the relationship between Ripple and the Axel Foundation. There are times when I've broken this down in other videos, even the first video I made about Axel. Most people think, okay, well, it's just interoperability. It's not just being able to talk to each other. Yes, it's making it easier for XRP Ledger to work with other blockchains, but this is mostly about DeFi projects. This will not only make XRP and the XRP ledger more useful and accessible to more people, but it will also make it easier for the stablecoin to provide liquidity for the DEX. Every single one of these things, including the AM, will get better, which will allow Axel to reach even more networks. This makes me very happy. And it's also to add to the stories of RWA and DeFi even more. As you can see below, this kind of progress goes beyond the original goal of simple bridge transactions. In these types of transactions, assets are usually locked on one chain and represented on another with GMP transactions involving XRP. This means that assets and information can go beyond the XRP system. This makes dApps that use XRP more complex and improves the user experience. The XRP ledger is one of the first to tokenize ROS. It is also setting a new standard for blockchain collaboration that will help developers, validators, businesses, and everyone else in the XRP ledger community that is focused on building with this use case in mind. Also, another important thing to keep in mind is that once cross-chain connection starts to happen, you'll see a lot of devs come over and start to build and grow these ecosystems. This makes me very happy. There are two lines that really stand out here. The first is from Axler, and the second by David Schwartz. We have connected the XRP ledger, which shows that Axler Networks has the best ability in the market to combine different agreement methods into a single space where you can create smooth user experiences that work everywhere. In its rapidly expanding network of intripable blockchains, Axelor already links the Cosmos, EVM, and Polkadot chains. The XRP ledger adds a powerful source of DeFi and RWA innovation to the Axelor community, which is already growing. The foundation is happy to back this integration and work with Ripple and XRP ledger to make the world of Web3 even more linked. Then from David Schwartz, the progress made in blockchain connectivity can break down the walls between networks, letting users interact and move value easily across many platforms.
This change will lead to new ideas, especially in DeFi, and could make blockchain ecosystems more available and linked. This project from Axla will help make the XRP ledger more interoperable by connecting it to more blockchain settings.
It will also add to the XRP ledger's many features and making new ways for creativity and usefulness to happen. This means that new ideas, usefulness, and even writers will all grow, which will kind of go along with it. It makes me very happy, especially when it comes to Axler, because this project is so important. I'm not going to talk about the ecosystem goods and other things like that because I already did that in an Axler movie. Instead, I want to focus on what the Axler team has been talking about. So this is a big win for biased views. We're making it possible for systems to work together. The link between JP Morgan's Onyx, Axler, and XRP ledgers Here, JP Morgan's Onyx digital assets platform and Axelar network partner show how smart contracts can handle big client accounts, make trades, and handle tokenized assets across multiple blockchains automatically. The executive director and head of growth at Onyx Digital Assets said that the company wanted to test how their private permission ledger could connect to other ledgers. Then the head of DeFi at Axelar, who used to work at Ripple, said that with Axelar you can now connect all kinds of assets to the XRP ledger, which is good for the AMS on the XRP ledger. Axelar ties to more than 60 different blockchains, which is a link between centralized and decentralized banking. Over $6 billion has been safely sent between these chains. It was announced earlier this year that Axelar and Ripple had joined forces to make the XRP Ledger EVM sidechain. The XRP Ledger EVM sidechain will use its exclusive bridge to get the native gas token EXRP from the XRP Ledger, and its decentralized validator network will make it easy to transfer tokens between the XRP Ledger and 60 other blockchains. Look at this. Going back to last year, we tried out 3 different kinds of connectivity. One with a company called donde as a partner. To others through Layer 0 and Axelar, 2 partner sellers. In a way, these were like small scientific tests that we did on our own. And we worked together with these companies to get it done. This test was mostly about seeing how our ledger on institutional assets could talk to other ledgers out there. And we put that to the test. Hello, everyone. My name is Jason. My job title is Head of DeFi at Axelar. And it is a decentralized full-stack collaboration tool called Axelar. Over 60 blockchains, both EVM and non-EVM, are now linked by Axelar. Strategy and tactics are what I've mostly worked in the past. I used to be a Rippler before I became the head of DeFi for Axelar. I am so happy to be back at Apex and see how much excitement there is here. In my opinion, interoperability is all about improving the crypto user experience by getting rid of the mess and division of liquidity and making a truly chain-agnostic experience so that we can add the next billion users. Jason, let's talk for a bit about something you know a lot about, DeFi. What role do you think connectivity will play in DeFi? What changes do you hope to see? When it comes to DeFi, I agree that connectivity is becoming more and more important. As we already said, there are more and more DeFi apps spread out across all of these different blockchain communities. Because of that, cash is also spread out in all of these different places. And one of the most important things about DeFi is that it needs to be just as competitive as centralized sites and markets. To make that happen, you need to be able to really pool the money so that competitive tests and other things can happen. Axelar is doing the same thing. We already talked about how Axelar lets you connect a lot of different assets to the XRPO. Axelar, you can now connect all kinds of assets to the XRPO. This means that the AM that's being built on top of XRPO will be able to give all kinds of assets that people want, similar to how a centralized exchange would. For the second part, all of that wealth needs to be put in one place so that the experience is just as competitive as these like places that are in one place. I also think that letting users come from all the chains is a good way to encourage companies to make it easier for people to build those important DeFi building blocks. We're also focusing on that when it comes to the XRP record, right? For the reason that institutional DeFi is now a big part of Ripple's. Before we can get there, we need something like Axelar to lead the way. And even over here, if you look at the background, you can see Jason Moore from Axelar. It looks like he worked at Ripple for about 8 months. It's not too crazy, but I love seeing it.